This is the machine gun jump shot.
Meet Florian Kohler, better known in the pool community as Venom, one of the best trick shot artists in the world.
I've probably invented over 10,000 new shots.
Can you name all of them?
I don't bother naming them. Stink shots, machine gun shots, satellite shots. I really don't know, they don't have a name.
Having spent years honing his craft, Florian's ability to spin and control pool balls borders on the supernatural.
I was thought there's gonna be, 2 years, then 5 years, then 10 years. Now it's like going on to 15 plus years. This is a crisscross twin massé. So it's a very technical shot. I'm gonna have 2 cues. I'm gonna have to hit those 2 cue balls in the same time. The left ball is right spin, and the right ball is left spin, meaning this ball I'm gonna hit on the right side and this ball on the far left side. The next part I gotta avoid is contact in the middle. If both balls touch each other, usually no good. If I put too much right spin, I may not have enough backspin. And if I put too much backspin, then the balls will come back in the middle. This is a long rail massé. A massé is when you put a lot of spin on the cue ball by doing a vertical motion and impacting a lot of force down. So you're gonna do bottom and a touch of left spin. That's gonna propulse the ball forward, make it in the corner. The cue ball is gonna then come back into the other red ball. This is also using what we call a massé cue, so it's a little heavier than normal pool cue. The shaft is made out of Kevlar and carbon because it has to be resistant because there's a lot of impact and it's a very damaging shot.
Florian's high-intensity trick shots have garnered him thousands of fans, as well as a poisonous nickname.
Every pool player kind of has a nickname, right? It's either given or kind of chosen. It sort of depends, right? When I first started, because I didn't have any idea how to play normal pool, I went right away with the very technical, damaging shots, so learn how to massé and jump. And that obviously doesn't go very well for your claws. My dad called me in French a poison for the table because he originally bought this table for himself, couldn't really play on it because it's too broken up. So then somebody's like, oh, we should call you Venom, and it kind of stuck. This is a satellite massé. Super pretty, but very difficult shot. A few years back, it was deemed almost impossible to do live. You're gonna shoot the ball into the rail, this short rail back, then this long rail, then it's gonna curve back into the 3 ball. If you just shoot the ball to the rail, it would do something like this. As you can see, our cue ball moves away, right? To make that satellite massé, we gotta go maximum left spin, and a little bit of top spin even, and try to fight the current to make the red ball. Very, very difficult. I'm probably one of the rare in the world that can do this shot consistently. I was supposed to be by trade an optometrist, but that was a bit boring for me and I love pool too much, so decided to scrap it and went pool for a career. I can't really advise kids to do the same because it's kind of a gamble, but I would say I spent a good part of my college years being at a pool room till 2 in the morning, doing a lot more pool than studying. Even to this day, even running 4 business now at the same time, I still probably put 30 hours a week in the pool table. The biggest misconception for trick shot is that it's easy, that you can do it all the time. It couldn't be further from the truth. You never learn how to make a shot, you learn how to miss them. You learn how to miss on the left, you learn how to miss on the right, you learn to miss in the middle. And that's why even in tournaments we had 3 tries. In the World Championship you'll have 3 tries. Story of my life. Stupid game.
While it can take several tries to get each trick right, some of Florian's interactive shots require expert precision.
For this one, I need a volunteer. Lucky for us, we already have one. This is what I call the nutcracker. Let's wish him good luck.
That was amazing.
You almost got killed because you moved, so. This is the jump out of the rack massé. The trick is to jump the ball, but instead of just going forward, it has to come back. So you gotta find that happy medium between enough air and the side spin and the back spin. I try to be very loose on the backhand too, and hit that with a very pure stroke.
Spreading his passion for the game, Florian took us to a pool hall to show us that with the right setup, anyone can make a trick shot, even me.
So this was the butterfly shot. I'm going to take an extra ball here. Let's grab the 14, move it right in front of the cue ball. Look, the 9 ball on this side. Make a line with my cue, 1 ball there, right on. Line up the 2 ball. So as you can see, the 2 ball is not lined up towards the pocket at all. Same thing here for the 3. We're gonna just repeat the process. The 10 ball is pointed out of it and the 11 is pointed out this way. And the reason is because of friction. So friction was gonna make my ball turn. If it was newer, there would be less friction, so it would be more aimed towards the pocket. Still a bit off, but not quite as far.
With Florian's assurances it was easy, I decided to give it a try.
Oh my God, that was so close.
So close.
I don't know if I hit it hard enough.
It's a little soft.
Oh, rubbed. I was rubbed.
Same, well, it's a little soft. Down the wire now. Oh, it's looking good.
That's so cool.
There you go.
That's awesome.
It's all physics. Once the setup is right, pretty much anybody can do it. Now, there's a little bit of skill if you hit it perfect, but you made all 6 balls.
That's
New personal record, right?
By far. By at least 4 balls.
And now you get to show off with your friends. Why do I think people love watching pool? I think simply because there's something fascinating about it. You could put a 4-year-old on a pool table and they'll love to just throw the balls around and see what happens, right?
Making the balls bend and curve to his will, Florian has to see the pool table in a way that no one else does.
First, the size. You're gonna go from a bar that has usually what we call bar box to a professional table, which is 9 foot. They even make 10 foot now. There's an adjustment there. Then the size of the pockets. Again, bar, you can have wide pockets. Newer professional table, much smaller. The felt itself, its thickness, and then the ball. From low-end plastic ball, they're very heavy, to like what we have now, phenolic resin, which is the top of the line. Now, on top of that, you're gonna have to think about the weather. I know it sounds crazy, but humidity affects pool in a way that's unimaginable. Changes everything from your aiming to the way the ball reacts. People think there's a lot of math involved. Yes and no. It's not quite as far as the formula goes. You don't necessarily have to explain it, put it black on white, because at the end of the day, there's so much feel to it that it doesn't really work. But if you don't visualize the angle, it's very tricky to go far with this. This is the railroad shot. The railroad is a pretty old shot. So in my way, I'm hitting it here. It's going up table. It's coming back down table. Then it's gonna have enough backspin to climb on top of the cues. And then with the speed and the way the cues are slanted, they're gonna roll down and make the red ball here. The hardest part of this trick is to hit the ball that perfect on the speed so it doesn't go off the table or back down. So you just gotta find the right amount of speed and right amount of spin. This is the Russian doll curve shot. So, normal cue ball, English pub cue ball, and then this gets very interesting last 3. So this is from a toy table already, like a 3-foot table. And then now we're going even smaller, and those I think are like 1-foot tables. It's so little that I'm gonna have to deliver it just right. Just like that. This is the egg shot. So I'm gonna put a lot of left spin on the egg, which is, by the way, the same material as a normal pool ball. The egg is gonna raise on its side, stand up for a bit, and spin.
No matter how much time Florian spends on his home tables or in pool halls, he still views pool in a one-of-a-kind way.
A normal player, they'll learn a bunch of preconceived idea about what the game is and how the ball should move and what's possible, right? I think this is the main difference, really. I just had no preconceived idea, just everything was possible and never put any stop to anything.